My career path is a little unpredictable. I went to a university and I trained to be a physiotherapist. I was a little frustrated with the nature of the profession, and so I went back to school. I got my PhD at McGill, and I had a telephone call from the Dean of Medicine saying, we need a director of the School of Physical and Occupational Therapy. And then the University of Alberta needed a Dean of Faculty of Rehab Medicine, so we moved. Then I'm approached to be a vice president. And then I was president of the University of British Columbia. As we say in our book, it's serendipity. Indira and I are very good friends, but we became even better friends in writing this book. Our message is, if something appears that you had no idea was going to happen, be serendipitous. The most common response that we hear is it's provided women with the nerve to throw their hat in the ring. If that's true, that's wonderful.
Well-being as a whole is really starting with where your head's at and how you're feeling. That ability to find peace in my mind started everything. I started Formation after the loss of my little sister. When I was grieving her, I revisited dance. It ended up being a very healing modality and a very healing place for me to go. I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share the feeling of doing something for yourself rather than for performance or for training purposes. I started just off the side of my desk as a little side hustle and grew that into the business that I have now. Building a community has been such an integral part of Formation. Feeling like everyone is here to lift each other up is such an integral part of how we do business and how we operate our brand.
I'm a second-generation Chinese Canadian. I had a very wonderful childhood. I went to university at O.B.C, and then I went on to get an MBA at Harvard. In early 2000, I had a skincare business, and I had moved back here to Vancouver from Hong Kong. Somebody had suggested I set my office up in Chinatown. As that went on, I could see the overall decline of the neighborhood. I came to the realization that, wow, if we don't do something about it, eventually the neighborhood is going to disappear. The Chinatown Storytelling Centre is the first permanent exhibition space in Canada that tells the story of the Chinese-Canadian contribution to the building of Canada. Part of the reason why I wanted to establish the Chinatown Storytelling Centre is giving everybody the sense that they belong. I think that's really one of the most powerful emotions, is that the feeling that one belongs. There's a sense of pride in the past that gives them hope for the future.
Any opportunity that I have to touch a lot of people, whether it's through writing blogs, writing my book, participating in a podcast, makes me feel like I've made a difference. I started off doing a pharmacy degree, and then pediatrics residency, and finally a psychiatry residency. 5 or 6 years ago, I became a very burned out psychiatrist, and I decided I needed to do something different, so I wrote a book, started podcasting, started working with a Canadian telco, and now I'm the CEO of an innovative mental health product. It's called Rapids. It's really a decision support program for clinicians to help to ensure that they have made the right diagnosis and then to provide them with guidance on the right kind of treatment. Educating the public so that they can advocate for themselves, but also so that we can ultimately destigmatize mental illness, is really the thing that gives me a great deal of professional gratification.